Well, it's a pivotal week for tax reform next week as the Senate is going to take up its plan. If it fails in the Senate, then it's back to the drawing board. How are small businesses bracing for all of this? Well, it's the small business owners, Nick Powills, and also Nadar Masadeh. Nick, let me start with you because you had Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin bring up the idea that, hey, this so-called middle-class tax bill is rewarding richly those large corporations and not the small businesses that are the engine of growth, the engine of job creation. Do you think they've made enough changes to it since his remarks, or should they even do more?
It's probably to be determined. Small businesses are fretting slightly because there are still many unknowns of what this bill is going to entail. For a small business, it's too early to tell, though, so prepping this early is going to be challenging for those small businesses trying to figure out what does this ultimately mean.
Yeah, Nader, but the clock is ticking, and we're going to get some sort of bill. If it's passed, it's going to be passed very soon. One other problem for some folks is that the corporate tax cut, which I think everyone understands has a positive impact on the economy for everyone, it's permanent. Everything else won't be permanent. Is there some room for negotiation there?
No, I believe there is always room for negotiation, but as it stands today, the bill reform has many advantages for small businesses that will eventually stimulate the economy and help the GDP over the next 10 years. Any money that's being cut will be re-injected back into the increasing the business, increasing our franchise base, and stimulating the economy with more restaurants and job creation.
So you're okay with the way it's constructed right now? What you see in terms of the blueprint, you're okay with that?
I am okay with it as it stands today. It is a significant improvement over what we currently have, but there's also always improvements in some of the areas of the bill.
Nick, I think the market is starting to come around to the idea that maybe this will work out. And, you know, if you want to look at a gauge, it's the Russell 2000, because that's been the laggard, right? That's been the index that's lagged all the others. That's more of a domestic-oriented, small business sort of deal. But it's starting to come to life. Perhaps the market is sensing that this bill gets through. Do you think this is going to make it through, despite all of the known opposition?
There's tons of opposition. I think that's going to be the challenge. And anytime there's a new bill being created, there's so many different opinions that are being impacted in this decision. Small business owners are voicing their concerns. Large corporations are obviously positioned well. The market looks great. There's too much chaos at this moment to say this is going to go through the way that it is. I think there's still some changes that need to be made, and the Senate is going to probably argue some of the things that Congress has put in place.
Well, then tell the audience those changes that need to be made, that might be made to get this over the finish line.
Well, look, at the end of the day, the small business owner is not making significant money. So when you're talking about a tax bill that's going to reflect a few $100s to their pockets, they might not feel this is enough for them. Therefore, they're going to be raising their concerns of what this will mean for them. For large businesses, they're sitting pretty. They feel like this is going to give them the ability to grow, to invest, to hire. Small businesses, maybe not the same. So small businesses actually want more out of this, and they're going to be reluctant to say, I 100% support this.
Right, but Nader, you have Buffalo Wings and Rings. You're the co-owner there, and I think your argument is not necessarily on the bottom, bottom part of the income statement where the taxes come in, but the top part where consumers keep more of their money and they go to restaurants like yours.
Sure, it has a dual impact on both of us. It's on our bottom line. If we are able to save some tax dollars, we will take those dollars and reinvest them back into the company, which will stimulate the economy and get things moving. Also, for consumers, if they have a little bit of extra money, disposable money, they will go out and spend it in the marketplace, which again will improve and stimulate the economy and move it in the right direction. Overall, any money being saved, being reinjected back into the economy will eventually produce more income, more taxes to the government. So right. I am a pro-supporter of this bill and the decrease in the brackets from the 35% to the 20% to small business owners, and all of the associated pass-through entities to the individual taxpayers.
All right, gentlemen, thank you both very much. I appreciate it.